what's going on YouTube? It's Daniel or Hydro here, bringing you a video on Forza 4. I'm going to show you guys how to actually do realistic photos in photo mode without using any type of filters or mods or anything like that. As you can see with some of these cars, they look pretty real. The McLaren Senna looks pretty real. The Murcielago looks pretty real. It's like when the game first came out and they were doing the in-game or reality photos on Xbox and Forza's Instagram page. The trick is usually the matte finishes don't really reflect light that well, so I prefer using glossy cars, like glossy finishes. Like the Murcielagos, you couldn't really see any sunlight. Granted, it was in mostly shade, but the parts that were in sunlight didn't really get much shade. Didn't really get much reflection. These are the numbers for my, if you want to pause this, these are the numbers for my dark or night photos, because I couldn't get darkness in time. Like I waited at least like 15 minutes for the sun to go down, but never went down. But the Gallardo doesn't really reflect sunlight, but these still look really real. These are actually my favorite cars to drive around and take pictures of, especially in wintertime. This is just the map if you go on top of the hill, and this itself looks pretty real. Now I'll leave you to watch this. This just shows what I do. Like I'm going to find a place now in the Ford GT. Find a place right on here where it's patches of light and darkness at the same time. So I park right where it's in the middle of both light and dark. I'm going to show you what everything does in a second. So I'm going to pull up the details. When you actually like open up photo mode, the focus will be 100% off, so you got to put it all the way on. Now exposure and aperture is the background light or the background blur, and exposure is how exposed you are to light. So if you turn it down, it'll be dark. If you turn it up, it'll be higher. Color basically is just how vibrant it is. Contrast is basically shadows. Brightness is basically brightness. Turn it down, it'll be pitch black. Vignette is the corners, they'll be darker. And temperature is basically hot and cool colors. I'm guessing. I don't really see a difference. You can watch this and see what I did for these pictures. And I always like put like an after picture to show you what it came out to look like. So, oh yeah, and if you're stationary, always put your focus on panning, because you can focus on more of the car instead of on target or something like that, where you're moving, so you have to focus on the car. So you can take a picture or pause for my numbers. This one I'm going to actual light, I'll be high speed in motion, and I'll show you how to do high speed pictures. Really, you don't have to change it once you've done the first picture the first way, unless you change location. But yeah, so you gotta put it on tracking, and see how my focus went off. You gotta pull it all the way back up and focus on the car again, because once you open up focus mode, you gotta refocus the car. So you gotta go back into photo mode and then go back into the effects mode. But really, I don't change much in here. I do a back and a front picture, but yeah, you see how the brightness goes up, turns almost white. Sepia is more like an orangish color. I don't really use it because I don't want an orange filter over my picture. It looks weird. I do turn the lights off just to see what they look like. And after this, I'll take a picture. As you can see, this is what it looks like now. And then I'll do a rear picture, and you can see the detail like you're looking at a real car. And the next one, I go and I actually take one in broad daylight. I don't have an after picture for this because it wouldn't load on Xbox, but I do keep the camera stationary so you can actually see with the HUD off. And that's about it. But if you take your time, follow these things. I know I didn't say much, but I did it as easy as I could without using Elgato, because I have to do a voiceover. So do as much as you can. Hopefully it turns out great. And it's been Hydro, guys. See you guys later. Psych, I'm back. The rest of the stuff loaded, and while I was in the middle of like finishing up the video, so added everything else back in here. This is the 458 Italia, the normal version, not the Speciale. But yeah, you gotta refocus everything. This is just on top of the hills and stuff, the shading and stuff. You just show you the amount of detail that they put into the game if you know how to like work photo mode. But this is well, probably one of my favorite edits I've done for this game. I didn't end up taking a picture of it because I don't know why, I'm stupid. But you can like pause it and look at it, if, like admire the detail and stuff, so you know what you're gonna end up. So you know what you're probably looking for in a picture. But yeah, this kind of reminds me of the Motorsport 7 cover, just the tail light of the 458. And then over here is just you can focus out toward the field, or you can focus on the car. And this is with the 2019, I think, Porsche 911. This alone just looks like, I don't know. Excuse me, this looks almost like a PS4 game, like one of those solo games. But as time goes on, it looks really well. You can do like whatever kind of picture you want. You can do over. Like I took a picture of the actual map because my numbers were like pretty well, like really good. And you can take a picture of almost anything if you have the right pictures. You don't even have to take a picture of the cars. But this is about it. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video I make. It should be coming soon this time, I promise, because I have more time on my hands. Peace out.